One and any second now. We are live. I am Sean Cowgill. I am a returning citizen. This is Wings Week in Review. And today we have a special guest. Her name is Soraya. She's been with Wings for Life over 3 years. First, I'm going to start off with our founder of Wings for Life, Ann Edenfield Sweet. She's the one that brought everybody together about 27 years ago, guys. And we're still running stronger than ever now. And Ann's got some updated news, what's been going on, what's happening, and don't forget about Christmas, Ann, all the gifts we're going to hand out. And I give it to you, Ann.
All righty. And actually, Sean, we have started our 28th year. So we are now in our 28th year, which I cannot believe. But we just had our 27th big celebration, the completion of that year. But we're in our 28th year already. Yes, we've had quite the week. Monday night, we had a police officer from Albuquerque, a 40-plus year police officer. Imagine 40 years as a police officer. And Pete Gillibret, and he talked to us about crime and how to protect our house, our cars, our businesses, and just general things. And I'm going to share one thing that I did not know that I have not done yet because I have not had time, but everybody should do it. Everybody should go and take a picture on their phone of their license plate, their insurance, and their registration form. Then they lock all of, not your license plate, keep that on the car, but the other paperwork you lock away in a secure place in your home. You do not carry it in a purse that could be stolen. You don't carry, you leave it in the car because people break in, they get all your information, and that's how they steal your identity. And if it's on your phone, it is legal with the police officers because you could say, this is what the police officers have taught us to do now. And like I say, I haven't done it yet. I literally have not taken time to go get pictures of that, which is my mistake, but I've been too busy this week. But I will be doing it this weekend because I do not want anybody breaking into my car. And like he said, the first thing that if your car is stolen, what's your license plate? People, I don't know if I remember my license plate. So what's your license plate? Then, well, where's your insurance? Where's your proof of insurance and registration? And they need all of that because then they can find the VIN number. And so that was something that I learned that I did not know. And I like to share all these tidbits with people. So did you guys know that? I did not know that.
I didn't know that
at all. That's great. I'm sorry, Sean. That's great information. I'm going to do that as soon as we're done here. Absolutely.
Yeah, I did not know that either. Yeah. And anybody that I mentioned it to did not know that they could do that either. And we really all should do that. Absolutely. So anyway, so he was excellent. So if you want to protect your home and you didn't get to hear about that one, tune in to our YouTube station, and Sean's got it up there. And of course, Soraya's our great webmaster. And so they work together getting all of our videos up on our website and on YouTube. And so both sites have Pete's wonderful talk. So everybody should hear that for sure. Then this week, this weekend, we are going to be involved. If anybody is in Albuquerque, you can help us wrap gifts for the homeless. This is an organization, Gift Givers Anonymous, and they give away gifts. And we've given them probably hundreds, if not thousands, of small little gifts that can be handed out. But now we have to wrap them for the homeless. So we'll be doing that this Saturday. Then Saturday afternoon, I'm going to be very busy because Saturday afternoon, I'm setting up a table. And people can actually go and view this if they're by Zoom. A gentleman by the name of Charles Rogers. He has a very interesting story. He's a returning citizen. He was a very young Black child that grew up in all the worst neighborhoods ever, got involved in gangs, had all the problems. And he ended up killing somebody and was sent to prison, and the judge sentenced him to life, and he was still a juvenile. So he was at the Angola prison, the famous Angola prison. And then the warden there, who has since retired, but Burley Kane came in and introduced faith-based programs. And Charles had been in lockdown for, I want to say like 15 years or something. He was totally in solitary because he was always fighting the system. And he finally decided he did not want to spend his whole life in a solitary confinement cell. he decided to go get some education. He ended up working in the hospice unit there. And Oprah went in and did an interview and did a documentary on that program and the hospice unit. And the filmmakers and her staff got to know Charles, heard his story, and found out he was sentenced as a juvenile.
I saw that episode. Yeah.
So yes, now he came here last year, so you've heard some of this. So he's coming back. But anyway, then he, the father, the judge that sentenced him was the father of a new judge, and his son became a judge. And so the son that was the judge pardoned Charles. So Charles got out of prison now several years ago. And he has a remarkable story. So he will be sharing Saturday afternoon at a local church in Albuquerque. But then our blessing is that at 5:30 on Monday night, Charles will be in at our meeting live, and we will tape him from 5:30 to about 6. Then our live audience will eat dinner from 6 to 6:25, and then we'll clean up, and then we'll have our second speaker. And this is going to be a great one too. This is Chris Schuler, and he used to be a TV anchor here for NBC in Albuquerque. He is now an award-winning documentary producer, and he won an Emmy for his myths and truths about marijuana.
That's an exciting Monday night. Wow.
It is going to be quite the Monday night. So that is fabulous. Then is to plan ahead for Christmas. Next Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday, we will have our 28th annual Christmas party. And Sean, you're going to love it. You haven't been to it yet. Actually, Soraya, you've been to a family day, I think, that we've done in the community. But this is a for real one. We're going to be singing. We'll be having a live nativity, everybody in costume. The kids decorate cookies and make Christmas cards and ornaments while their parents are in another room secretly picking up gifts for their kids and hiding them in the trunk of their cars. So the kids never know they get gifts. Then everybody comes back together for pizza, cookies, and punch. And then we decorate a human angel at every table out of our recycled paper and junk. So we are going to have a ball next Saturday. So, and then there's more to come for Christmas, but I will save that for next week because I don't want to take any more time away from Soraya. So, and I will say that Soraya is a very, very gifted webmaster who taught herself how to build a website. And now she's teaching herself again how to re-up our website into a format that fits better on a phone. Talk about genius folks that we have on staff here with us. So, so I'm thrilled with what Soraya has been able to do for us and what she continues to do. And I can't wait to see what she's going to do with this new website. So now you all need to meet Soraya and find out this beautiful lady that is the genius in the brains in her head that can do all this wonderful work.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much. That means a lot. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome so much, Soraya. And you were on our first couple episodes. We've been doing this about a year now. So I was looking at some old episodes, and you were in the studio with us all.
That's right.
That's when I first met you, and you've been like a blessing to Wings, and there's something special about you, Soraya, and maybe the audience will see that. So let's why don't you say hello, introduce yourself, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm surprised that my head still fits on the screen. You guys are giving me such a big head. I can't. What an introduction. Thank you both so much. My name is Soraya, and I started with Wings as a volunteer, actually. End of spring of 2019. And my professional background really mostly has been in sales, advertising sales. And so let me go a little further back. So I've got 2 degrees. My bachelor's is in business management. My master's degree was in finance, but my professional career has been in advertising sales. So I wanted to take a break from that, and I wanted to, do some volunteer work and kind of, look around and figure out what I wanted to do next. I knew that I no longer wanted to do sales anymore, Sean. I was burnt out, and it's a tough.
Sales is tough. I mean, Yeah, I mean, sales is a tough. You either got it or you don't got it. You know,
That's right.
yeah, it's not easy for everybody. I've tried sales and said I can't sell nothing. I can't even sell a refrigerator or you never right, but it's tough.
No, it's not easy. And I was so burnt out, working 60, 70 hour weeks. And it didn't bring me joy. And so I knew that I wanted to work for an organization that brought me joy, where I could do something that fed my soul, where I could make a difference. And so a friend of mine told me about Wings for Life International, and I thought, okay, I'll try out there. We'll see what happens. So I called Anne and talked to her and told her, hey, this is what my background is, and I'd love to do some volunteer work. Maybe you can put me um, somewhere where you think I might be a good fit to help out the organization. And she was wonderful. She was like, oh my God, yes, please come by. And so we talked. I came to the office, we talked. And this was right before the celebration of champions in
Okay.
October. So this is like late spring, I think early summer. And so she was putting me kind of in charge of getting donations and things so that we could have items for our auction at Celebration of Champions, right? So again, kind of on the same sales, spectrum, which I didn't really want to do. But Anne is so wonderful and so open to everything. She let me go into different avenues. Well, what happened, Sean, was that when we met, she asked me how I heard about Wings. And I told her that I didn't really hear about Wings. I never heard of Wings before, that it was a friend of mine that told me to volunteer for Wings, that it was a great organization. And then I told her, so I had to look up the website to see what you were all about before I got here. So Anne asked me, what
And
did
then I
you,
can imagine what that website looked like back then.
oh my God. So Anne asked me, well, what did you think about our website? And, Sean, this was the first day. I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but forgive me for that. But this was the first day that I volunteered there. Anne asked me, well, what do you think of our website? And, what do I have to lose? I mean, I didn't know I was going to end up working here, So I told Anne, I said, I hate it. It's awful. I said, because this is Wings for Life. This is colorful and what you do is amazing. And, the website was so dull. The colors were dull. It was static. It looked like a pamphlet. I mean,
Wow.
it was not. And I told her that. Now, remind you, I didn't design websites, but you can look at a website and tell if it's
Yeah,
nice or
it's
not.
boring. It's just plain text. What is this? A page? It's not a website. It's a page. Yeah.
Right,
Right.
right, right. So, so anyway, so we talked a little bit about it, and she asked me, well, you don't design websites. Do you think you could learn how to build a website? She goes, because I'm open to your ideas or suggestions, or, maybe you building a site for us. And I said, I can't build I said, that's not my background. I never went to school for web design, and I'm not going to go to school now. I'm in my 40s.
Oh, now you're never
You
too
know,
late.
no, that's true. But with 2 degrees, I mean, my God, for me personally, I didn't want to go back to school for something completely different.
Yeah.
Um, and it would have been a 4 year program, Sean. She needed something yesterday.
Yeah.
What I mean? It was just, I mean, it needed help, boy, oh boy. And so she was basically like, put your money where your mouth is. You don't like the website? Build the website.
Okay.
So I went to the library and I got a book, WordPress for Dummies. WordPress is a platform that I built the website on.
Okay.
I thought, honest to goodness, and the book is like this thick, and YouTube videos, Google searches, and Anne was right. I taught myself how to design, build a website, because it wasn't a revamp, it was a complete build, a brand new website. And so it took about 3 months, because we have a lot of information. We have a lot of archival information. Remember, we're in our 28th year. There's a lot of pictures and a lot of information that we don't want to lose, that people want to see. It's our history. So it took several months. But by golly, it got done. I did it. And I, to this day, kind of sort of don't even believe it either. But it was a pleasure doing it. I had so much fun along the way. I never realized how creative I was
You never know.
until you
You
never
never
know.
know. I taught myself how to do all these broadcasts and streamcasts I do on all these channels. And nobody taught me. YouTube University taught me.
That's right. YouTube. Oh my God, YouTube. Thank you so much, YouTube. Absolutely. YouTube is great. Google
Yeah,
searches, books, whatever,
yeah,
how to's. And now I code and and now
yeah.
I know how to build websites on several different platforms.
Right.
And like Ann mentioned, now, Sean, because it's been about 4 years since I designed the website, there's been a lot of changes, a lot of different color schemes and different ways about going about um, reaching an audience as a nonprofit. And so for me, part of my job is to recognize those changes and to find ways where we can, maximize what we do so that we can do the work that we do, which is so vital and so important. So
Yeah.
I talked to Anne a few weeks ago and I said, Anne, we need a better website, more that's more mobile friendly. We need something that's more intuitive, a little more interactive. And Anne, because Anne is so wonderful and we've become such great friends, and she trusts me, which my God, I've never had such a better working relationship with anybody. Honest to goodness, she said you've got free creative reign.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, she's great. She's great.
Yeah.
And she said, Godspeed, go do it, and just yeah, keep me in the mix. Let me know the progress. And so now I'm doing the research, and I am absolutely going to build a brand new website for Wings that's going to be amazing. I mean, taking what I've learned and what I've continued to learn throughout the last several years, I'm so excited. So excited. So, yeah.
So, what do you got in mind for this new website? Give us a
Oh my
couple
God.
hints, maybe.
The first thing is it has to be mobile friendly, because
Well,
most
you mean on your
people,
cell phone, right?
absolutely, most people look up websites, they're on their phone. I mean,
Nowadays, especially, yeah.
yeah, nowadays, desktops and even, iPads or tablets, whatever, people aren't going there to look something up immediately or to donate to a foundation or what have you. They're on their mobile phones. So we need something that's much easier to see, to use, to interact with on a mobile phone. So it's got to have that interface. And the color design has to be much different. I want it to be the entire design differently. I want the menu tabs to be accessed much easier. I want a resource tab to be included because we are not just wings and do what we do every day. We want to be a resource center for other people as well. We want to be all inclusive for everybody to use our services and other resources with other organizations that work with us as well. So that's going to be the biggest part is building up, a resource page so that folks can find out other information about other great programs that we work with, that work with us, and I think that's vital to us
I
and
would
folks.
I would like to suggest a bulletin board for all the people that watch that come onto that website that they can maybe the bulletin board is so they can kind of communicate with each other and things they might need and answer solutions and
Absolutely,
things like that.
I couldn't agree more. Like a blog is what you're suggesting, Sean. Like a blog where they
Yeah,
can
but
comment. Yes, and I couldn't agree
yeah,
more.
I mean,
Agree
somebody
more.
needs a couch and somebody
Yeah,
somebody's getting out of
a
prison, they
community
need
board.
help, and
A
yeah, just
community board, Sean, is what you're
community board for our
community board.
patrons. Yeah,
Absolutely, and I could not agree more. See, and again, these are things and ideas that you think are simple, but when you're somebody that's never done this before, 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago,
right.
I wasn't privy to these types of ideas. I wasn't sure what I was doing until it was all said and done. And so, yeah, community boards, resources, there are just so many other ways that we can make the most use of this
Yeah.
website.
Oh, and resources,
Well, yeah,
especially because I've probably had I don't know 30 or 40 different organizations on this show right now, and we need to list them for people so
absolutely.
that they can go contact them if they need what. Because we Wings for Life, we can only do so much, but all these other organizations, to put them all together, and it's a whole lot of resources, and it's solutions and answers for people, you know.
Absolutely, yes, and they are important, and people need to find out, organizations that can help them with housing for returning citizens, with housing, with jobs, where we help with. But then there's other steps, there's the continued care, things of that nature that we need to let our returning citizens, their families, know about. So I could not agree with you more. It's
And there's
vital.
a big need for women's services out there. Women, there's not a
Absolutely, yes.
lot. There's not a lot of organizations helping women. I've talked to a couple of them, like Women in Leadership, and there's a few of them, but we need to let people know that they're out there.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, Sean, honestly. And so what I need to do also in prep for building this brand new website is to get out in the community and have these conversations with these leaders, business leaders, to ask them, what do you want to see in a website? What would be helpful for you? And kind of get people's ideas and
Sure.
create a website for everybody, right?
Yeah,
How can I design a website for everybody if I don't get people's input? then
exactly.
it's then it's just my website. So I want people's feedback, input, like yours at the community
So
board.
anybody watching the show, please leave your comments underneath
Yeah,
or go to our website. But if you're watching this show, there's comments underneath that you can leave even after the show airs live. You can still leave the comments, and we will get back to you, and we will answer the
absolutely.
comments.
Or go to our Facebook and message
Yeah,
us.
right,
Wings for
right.
Life International. Go to our Facebook
It's all
page.
scrolling across the screen. All the information for Wings for Life, guys. Phone number, websites, all underneath. It's scrolling.
And a beautiful yellow too. You can't
Yeah,
miss it.
I don't know. I like yellow. Can I?
I love it too. I love it.
I took a marketing class, Soraya, and you know what the two most popular marketing colors are?
Yellow is one of them.
Yellow and red. Think of
Red.
McDonald's. Think of
Yeah.
McDonald's. In-N-Out
Yeah.
Burger. Yellow and red. I don't know. It works. It works.
McDonald's, I mean, that's a smart company right there. I mean, look at McDonald's thought about it too.
But
Yeah,
yellow and red. Believe it or not, I would have never thought those two colors, but they stand out. People, I don't know. It attracts people.
absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And I can see, and you've got the colors here. And Sean, you're doing a great job. This is a great show, a great outlet, and I'm really so happy to be on your show.
I'm glad to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure getting to know you. I've known you about a year now. So
Yeah,
I've
likewise.
been here almost a year since December 6th. It's December 2nd. Yeah, it's about a year.
It
So
seems like a lot longer, doesn't it?
yeah, I left California behind. Ann was talking about people breaking in cars. It's so bad in San Francisco.
Yeah,
So people, it used to be don't leave anything in your car that people don't break your window and get in. Now they put it in the trunk. But the people that break in know it's in the trunk. So they
sure.
break your window to pull the latch to get in the trunk. It's so bad
Absolutely.
out there, people leave their windows down because
Wow.
their deductible doesn't cover the windows, but it will cover
Wow.
a stolen car. So they'll take the car. At least I don't have to pay the deductible. But I know people 3, 4, 5 times a year they get their windows broken. They don't have 400
Unbelievable.
bucks every time. So they leave.
Wow.
They drive down the street and all the windows are down.
Wow.
Because they just,
Unbelievable.
go ahead and reach in. Now I don't want you breaking my windows. It's that
Yeah.
bad in San Francisco.
That's crazy. And Sean, I'm from San Francisco, but left, my gosh, during middle school to move here with, my parents, obviously. But it's so sad because I still have friends there, some relatives that live outside of San Francisco, but it breaks my heart. It really does because San Francisco is such a beautiful, magical place.
It was.
It's a shame.
It
It
was. I
was.
hate to say
It
it
was.
was. I hate to say that,
It's a
but it
shame.
was. It's not. I see the crime here in Albuquerque. 10 years ago in San Francisco, it's starting to get there, and I hope they do something about it. But
I do too.
I don't know this. I don't know the answers and solutions to stop the crime. I just don't.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people don't, or else it would have been stopped.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope. It's very scary, and it's a disappointment. But these are different times, Sean. These are tough times economically, and people are desperate, whether it's for narcotics or just to
Yeah.
put food on their table.
I know
These
it's
are
sad.
terrible.
I've driven through that war zone, in the daytime, and they're walking around like zombies. I
Yeah,
thought it was bad in some parts of San Francisco, but it's more than bad. It's just sad. I've seen Albuquerque at its worst. I didn't know it was that bad. It just worries me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope that we find some changes to help this city, but I don't know. It's just getting worse. It's getting it's not getting better. But when we have us like Wings for Life, we're trying to help, right? We're
Well,
trying to
see,
make a difference.
you mentioned something, and this is a great idea. See, now my wheels are spinning because you're talking about trying to get Albuquerque back on its feet, trying to cut crime, things of that nature. See, these are the people that I should be speaking with. Police officers, right? Police officers and legislators, people of that nature, so that I can help them help us with with our resource page of the new website. Because again, with housing and higher paying jobs, things of that nature that could hopefully help stop crime if there's better wages and things of that nature. So, Wings, again, we can say what Wings does, but it does so much that it's just, and we continue to evolve. It's almost like with every day it seems like
You have to evolve.
evolve.
You
And
have to
Anne
evolve.
always has her hand in something, and she's so generous, wants to help everybody, but she has to remember she's just one person, you
Right.
know. But she's got a great staff and so many talented people, and we love what we do, and that's why we're so passionate about what we do. And that's why I've been here as long as I have, and want to be here as long as God will let me. And it's a special place. And I'm so lucky to be here. Finally, I'm doing something now. Granted, it's behind the scenes, but I know that what I do is helping to get donations, helping to get funding, because now people know about us, right? The website,
Yeah.
and I'm doing all the social media marketing, and so
Are you the one that answers all the Facebook comments? Because I merged in that page, and I'll get somebody leaves a comment, and then I see that somebody answered them. Is that you that does all that?
so usually that's not me. I'm even more behind the scenes. I think that's Mary Briggs, who's also a volunteer for us,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she's an administrator for our Facebook page. So she helps assist me with that as well, because I'm doing Insta, Facebook, I'm doing marketing flyers, presentation materials.
Sure.
So thank goodness we have, again, more volunteers that are helping lighten the load for me. So
But I do notice that anybody who leaves a comment on the Facebook gets a response within 24 hours,
as they should, absolutely
as they
as they
should.
should.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's not the case in other websites, but
right,
it is in our Facebook. So
right.
that's a very good thing.
Because we care about people in our community, and we want to know what people think, and we want to pick their brains. We're not so arrogant to think that we have everything figured out or that we're doing everything perfectly. If somebody has a suggestion, or if there's a better way of doing something, we're going to do it. This is an organization that's constantly evolving,
Yeah.
and the people that are a part of it evolve with it. I've never felt such or more personal growth in my career than I have since I've been with Wings. And I've worked for Fortune 100 companies, and I've never had so much growth, both personally and professionally, as I have since I've worked with Wings.
Yeah, yeah.
That says something. And I'm
Well,
being
we got
honest.
some great people on our staff. Like Gary Peterson from the One Community Car
Yeah,
One
One
Car.
Community Auto.
I know, yeah. So
Yeah,
there's a lady I know that's lost her car and she can't afford a new one, and I connected her with Gary, and so we're gonna try to get her a car for
right.
Christmas, and things like that. It just makes somebody's life, and this, she's on a real fixed income, so she can't afford another car. She's been taking the bus to get her groceries, and
Yeah, wow.
so we want to try to help her out, and Gary's there for her. And there's just people like that, and the other Gary from who's on our board of staff. He's offered a job to a neighbor of mine that needs a job, and just all these things we're doing to help each other. They make a difference.
Wonderful. Yeah, it does. Any little thing makes a difference. Absolutely. And, when you've got a group of people that are so generous and kind and empathetic, things happen, Sean. And again, our fearless leader, right? and Enfield Sweet, our fearless leader. I mean, this woman is, I mean, she's something else. And she's the reason why I'm here. I mean, she's why I wanted to volunteer as long as I did and took a position here. I was done kind of volunteering. I was going to leave and do something else. And she was like, you can't go. You can't go. I need you to stay. I'm going to pay you for your time. And I was like, all right, I'll stay.
She got a really big heart. She's there,
Great.
Yeah, she really is. But you're great too, Soraya. You've always been in the best spirits. And I don't know if you want to talk about what's going on personally with you, but for what life has dealt you, for the cards that you've been dealt with life, you are really, your spirits are, you still got it here. It hasn't taken that away from you.
Thank you, Sean. Well, what Sean is talking about is I'm a breast cancer survivor. And this was just a few years ago. And, and this is how much I love what I do, is that during 6 months of chemotherapy and 2 months of radiation, Ann and I thought, wow, I'm not going to be able to do anything with wings. And so we were setting up a protocol for how things were going to get done, who was going to handle what in terms of my job, right? And I worked throughout my entire journey through battling breast cancer. And that's, again, right. It's all up here, right? It's all a mental thing. I went through it with the right attitude. But again, when you love what you do, Sean, you want to wake up in the morning and continue to do it. But I know what you're saying. I appreciate what you're saying. And life has to go on. But I appreciate the compliments more than you know.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, that's what keeps you going too. Not giving up on life. You get dealt lemons and you turn it into lemonade, that kind of thing. But not easy. It's easier said than done, and you're doing it.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, and and a lot of it too has to do with my time here at Wings, watching returning citizens come back and see what they do. I mean, our recidivism rate is 4%. I mean, these to me, these are the heroes. They're coming back and completely changing the trajectory of their lives. They want to do it. We're giving them the tools to do it, but then it's all about them too. And so they're inspirations for me, for us. And it's Wings for Life International is just all about good feels, all about warm and fuzzies, and I'm just so happy to be a part of this organization.
Happy to have you on.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe that's about it. How about some final last words of wisdom to throw out there to the world?
I will actually, I will say this, and it's what I did. If you have to be happy with what you do in life, most of us spend most of our time working. And like in my path, I didn't like what I was doing anymore. And I was looking for something else, something better, something that was going to fulfill my heart, fulfill me on a personal level. So everybody, whatever you're doing, make sure that it brings you joy and happiness. And if you want to make a difference in life, do something that does that. Do something that makes you happy, because life is too short. And being a breast cancer survivor, having to face your own mortality, nothing does it more than that, right? Like, I don't know how long I'm on this earth. I need to work with people I love and love what I do. Those are my words of wisdom.
Okay. I like those words of wisdom. Those are good. Okay, Soraya, I guess we'll wrap it up. And I want to thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Sean.
I'll be seeing you as life goes on.
Of course, absolutely, you will.
Yeah. So, guys, don't forget, underneath is our website. Leave a comment. We'll get back to you. Give us a call for anything that you think we can help you with. We'll be glad. If we can't help you, we'll find somebody who can.
That's right. Okay? That's right.
So, God bless you all. Have a great day. We'll see you all next week. Okay.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Okay. Thanks.